Hi, good morning everyone. Today I am going to discuss programming languages and some terminology regarding programming languages. What is program? Program is a sequence of instruction telling a computer what to do. Obviously, we need to provide those instructions in a language that a computer can understand. What is human language? Designing a computer to understand human language is still an unsolved problem. Even if computer could understand us, human languages are not very well suited for describing complex algorithm. What is coding? Every structure in a programming language has a precise form. It is syntax, and precise meaning it is semantics. A programming language is something like a code for writing down the instructions that a computer will follow. In fact, programmers often refer to their programs as computer code. And the process of writing an algorithm in programming language is called coding. What is Python? Python is one example of programming language. This is the example of high-level computer language. Strictly speaking, computer hardware can only understand a very low-level language known as machine language. Example, we want the computer to add two numbers. Then instructions are: first one, load the number from the memory location 2001 into the CPU. Second instruction, load the number from memory location 2002 into the CPU. Third instruction, add the two numbers in the CPU. Fourth, store the result into the location 2003. But in high-level language, addition of two numbers can be expressed more naturally. Example, C is equal to A plus B. That's a lot easier for us to understand. But we need some way to get high-level language into the machine language that the computer can execute. Two ways to do this are: high-level language can either be compiled or interpreted. What is compiler? A compiler is a complex computer program that takes another program written in high-level language and translates it into an equivalent program in the machine language of some computer. What is source code? The high-level program is called source code. See the block diagram. Source code passes to compiler. Compiler translates source code into machine code. After that machine code executes, then we will running the program by taking inputs and we will get the output. This is the block diagram of compiling a high-level language. What is interpreter? An interpreter, rather than translating the source program into a machine language equivalent, the interpreter analyzes and executes the source code instruction by instruction as necessary. See the block diagram. Source code or program taking simultaneous inputs, sending the simultaneous inputs to the interpreter. After that, we will get the outputs. Interpreting a high-level language. This is the block diagram of interpreting high-level language. What is the difference between interpreting and compiling? Compiler. Compiler is a one-shot translation. Once a program is compiled, it may be run over and over again without further need for the compiler or the source code. But the interpreter and the source are needed every time the program runs. Interpreter is flexible programming environment as programs can be developed and run interactively. But compiled programs tend to be faster. At last, the machine language of a computer is created by the designers of the particular CPU. Each kind of computer has its own machine language. A program for a Pentium CPU won't run on a Macintosh that sports a Power PC. If I design a new computer, I can also program a Python interpreter for it. And then any program written in Python can be run on my new computer as is. Thank you.